We are your Bison Nation station.
And number one for classic rock that really rocks. 107.9, The Fox.
Now, here's today's headlines with the Fox Morning Show.
On 107.9, The Fox.
Guess what today is?
It is National Bubble Bath Day.
National Bubble Bath Day.
A bubble bath!
I want a hot bubble bath.
Join me in a nice hot bubble bath.
Ain't no bubble bath like a baby bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
Bubble bath was a little too bubbly for some.
Would he enjoy a bubble bath?
It's showtime!
Bubble Bath Day. Boy, did your mom and or dad ever buy Mr. Bubble? When you were a kid?
I remember.
Once in a great while. I was like, are we rich?
Right.
We bought Mr. Bubble.
I remember seeing that bottle around now and then. Not a lot.
Not a lot. No. They didn't let me bathe a lot as a child, so.
I'm a shower kind of guy. I don't remember the last time I took a bath. Probably when I was a kid.
In the pool this summer, I think.
Could have used some Mr. Bubbles in.
That would be awesome.
My wife, on the other hand, she takes baths a lot. I'm always like, huh. But, she says it's relaxing.
Marge wishes we have an old clawfoot tub upstairs, but it's old and needs replacing. And
sure.
So, I mean, it works, but, it's old.
Yeah.
Marge wants something with, she can soak it.
Something with jets.
Yes, fancy.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Holds water, has hot and cold.
Right. Well, welcome to it. Here it is. We haven't done this in a while, a Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels weird.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't either.
I want to go back to having Mondays off.
Well, welcome to it anyways. Here it is, at Fox Forecast with a high in the 20s today. Tonight, single digits. Teens tomorrow, and then snow likely for Wednesday. It's all there for you at our website at 1079thefox.com. Quite cool this morning. It's just 9 above at 6:06.
Let's just get it over with, right? With the cold. It's January. Accept it. We've had it pretty darn nice.
Yeah.
You never know it's saying. It's not saying it wouldn't rally either.
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome to it. Here it is, the 8th day, already into our second week of 2024. Here's what's shaking on a Monday. Fargo Public School officials are inviting members of the community to a series of meetings this week about the future of their school buildings. The district will host 3 meetings this week about a community survey that got published in November. Officials with the district are going to be presenting the current draft of the long-range facility plan. So, community members, here's your shot to provide some feedback on the draft. So, tomorrow, Davies High School. Wednesday will be at South, and Thursday will be at North. All meetings will run from 6 to 8. A house fire in Otter Tail County on Saturday evening claimed the lives of 2 pet dogs. That's heartbreaking. Saturday, January 6th, there was a fire in rural Star Lake Township. The West Fargo Fire Department posted on social media today, if you're in need of an at-home COVID-19 test, you're in luck. They have at-home antigen tests free of charge at their headquarters over there in 10th Avenue East in West Fargo. To pick up a test, you can call or text 701-515-5600.
All right.
It's also National Clean Your Desk Day.
Oh, yeah?
Yours is a mess.
The desk, not so much. It's everything around me.
It's like barricaded.
It's like, is Moose in there?
Barbed wire, Constantina. There's a couple of logs sticking out that's been sharpened.
Well, my office is also / the prize closet.
It is. It's one of the few doors that lock.
We need to have a rummage sale this coming spring.
We should. That'd be fun.
Yeah, just throw it all on the front yard.
Yeah, well, I'll put some tables out, make a couple bucks.
Yeah.
There was some speculation online that aliens landed on Earth at an outdoor mall in Miami.
This is all we were talking about around the dinner table over the weekend. My boys are convinced there's aliens in Miami.
Miami Police Department said LOL. The situation was actually just a bunch of teens setting off fireworks.
That's right.
Yeah, they're all part of it.
Mm-hmm. I was like, well, of course there's aliens in Miami. There's aliens,
Yeah, they're from Cuba.
Exactly.
Grow up, man. A list of predictions from 100 years ago in 1924 included world peace, terrible diets would lead to no one having teeth, horses would become useless and go extinct, and everyone would be flying to work. Boy, they didn't get one of those right. Not one.
Well,
a bunch of idiots.
Flying, because there's a lot of times I'm late and I'm flying.
I flew my way here this morning.
Right.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. The bathroom brand Kohler is pushing a new $2,000 bidet toilet seat at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas this week that connects to smart home devices.
Oh.
So you can ask Alexa to wash your butt for you. Listen, take pictures. Send it to the guys at work.
Wow.
And a toilet, speaking of which, at Dunkin' exploded while a customer was using it last week. It had such a huge mess cleanup. They asked the gang from Chipotle come over and clean it up because they're so good at that anyway. So that's your news for right now.
All right, coming up this morning, your first chance to win tickets to the Tom Petty Experience. Make sure you're listening at 7:35 for that. Plus, what's the dumbest thing you've ever waited in line for? We'll go over that here in just a bit.
You don't have that kind of time.
Right, exactly. But you know what? The NFL playoffs are set. We'll check that scoreboard from the weekend coming up next in sports.
It's a pass. It's a deep ball. It's Jefferson for the touchdown.
Oh, as usual, JJ did his part for the Vikings yesterday. 12 catches for a season-high 192 yards and a score. He goes over 1,000 yards again for a fourth straight season, despite the fact that he missed almost half the season. I believe it was a total of 7 games. So, again, he did his part. Unfortunately, the Vikings lost to the Lions 30-20, a couple of late picks. That's been the story of our Vikings all season, really ever since Kirk went out. Even before Kirk went out, we had a problem
Even
keeping
before.
the ball. It was turnovers after turnovers, and yesterday a few penalties.
Now we're going to be
normal.
Detroit for the next 10 years.
I don't know about that, but, that will be one of the main talkers during the offseason, bringing Cousins back. Signing him. He's a free agent. I'd like them to work on bringing Danielle Hunter back, who ended the season with 16 and a half sacks.
I can't believe he's a free agent.
Yeah, and that kid played hard yesterday, right down to the last second as well.
Not the only one that did on defense.
No, it was good to see. I felt like the team had energy. I felt like they put their best foot forward. They're just not as good without Kirk Cousins, right? Again, late with the turnovers, and that was really the
that
difference.
was hard.
So the Vikings will be picking 11th in the upcoming draft in April. What will they do with that? Will they put pieces around what we've got already, or will they start building for the future? That seems to be a lot of the talk on social media. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But the NFL has their playoff matchups with the wild card round, the super wild card round now, as they call it, this upcoming weekend, because we get football games on Saturday, Sunday, and
Monday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Starting in the NFC, the Packers beat the Bears yesterday to grab the last spot in the NFC. They'll travel down to Dallas to take on their former coach, Mike McCarthy. That's a great storyline.
Yeah.
Or maybe the best one of all, Carson Wentz led the Rams yesterday to victory to get them the 6th seed. He'll hand the ball back to Matthew Stafford, who goes back to Detroit to take on the Lions. Jared Goff.
Weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Right? And then on Monday, Cody Moak and the Bucks will be hosting the slumping Eagles, who lost again yesterday. They've lost 5 of their last 6 down the stretch here.
Yeah, sounds like the Vikings.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The 49ers with the bye. Now on the AFC side, the Steelers will be at the Bills, who defeated the Dolphins last night. They fall to the 6th seed and will have to go to the Chiefs. So a bit of a reunion there where Tyreek Hill has to go to Kansas City. And then you've got the Browns at the Texans. The Ravens with the bye in the AFC. So that's your NFL playoff matchups to start. Meanwhile, South Dakota State beat Montana to repeat as the FCS champs yesterday, 23-3, your final on that. And the final college football game of the year tonight, as the top-ranked Wolverines will face the second-ranked Huskies. I'm looking forward to it.
I had everything on Bama, so I'm out.
Hey, they put up a good fight. That was a week ago. That was a pretty good damn game. So that's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast again today. Cloudy with a high in the 20s. Single digits tonight. Teens for the high tomorrow. And snow likely for Wednesday. All the details again at 1079thefox.com. We got 9 above at 6:15.
Waiting in line for everything nowadays. Nothing's ever changed on that. But what's the dumbest thing you ever waited in line for? We'll sound off on our Facebook page at 1079thefox.com. We'll talk about it coming up.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
on 107.9 The Fox.
Well, Dave, the latest craze, Stanley tumblers. Everybody wants a Stanley tumbler.
What What is up with the Stanley tumbler? They're $50.
Yeah. People are forming lines outside stores. In Arizona, a mob of shoppers were caught on camera swarming a Target store. And then there was that man that was tackled by customers after jumping over the counter of a Starbucks that's located inside of a Target, like the one here in Fargo.
Right.
All to steal a box of pink Stanley tumblers.
Get him! Get him! Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! Look at this is insane. Look at this. He is insane.
Man, we haven't seen this since the Cabbage Patch Kids.
Man's inhumanity to man. That dude that jumped over the counter grabbed a whole case of them.
Yeah.
And he got jumped, and he did get away, but he got away with one.
Oh, well.
He did get away with one. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying he got away with one.
And it's a pink one, so, you know.
Yeah, you go ahead and have that.
You can have that one. Yeah, these things are a hot item for sure. So
they're huge. I mean, they look like they're 2-3 quarts. They're giant, and I like that.
Well, I think there's 3 different sizes.
Oh, is that? I'm sure there probably is. Yeah. I want the big one.
So we had to ask, and it's on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. What is the dumbest thing you've ever stood in line for? And we've got a lot of great comments, a lot of dumb things. We'll talk about that coming up.
107.9 The Fox.
All right, so on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com, what's the dumbest thing you've ever waited in line for? The latest craze, again, the Stanley tumblers. But there have been a lot of dumb things that people have waited in line for, like Patty, who said 1 can of cream of mushroom soup at a dollar store.
Oh, no.
She said the self-checkouts were not working.
They never are working.
And, of course, there was only one great employee trying to run the place alone.
Was she in Castleton? That seems like that happens to me a lot. They have one great employee there.
But she really needed that can of cream of mushroom soup. I'm sure it was dinner for the night. You know, that and whatever else she was going to mix with it.
Yeah, it sounds like a hot dish building to me, man. Yeah. Mike Erickson said his first ex-wife. Oh. I'm sorry that you had to stand in line for her. That's gross.
Janelle said going to see one of the Twilight movies. I never got into that craze.
No. I remember my youngest, Nikki, she read the whole Stephanie, what's her name, out of the books. You know, she read the whole series and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad to say I didn't. Vampires don't sparkle, okay? You can eat a bug.
Gabriel said, waiting in line with my wife to get on the Under the Sea ride at Disney World for an hour and a half. Yeah, that's about any line at Disney World.
Yeah, that's probably
unless you buy
right.
that fast pass.
Yeah, and you're kicking yourself for not doing it about 45 minutes into that wait, too, right?
Well, and in this case, Gabriel went on to say, only to find out we were in the wrong line. At least they got to meet Ariel, apparently.
Oh, what the hell you mean you got in the wrong line?
And Jim probably summed it up best. Waiting in line to punch the time clock at work. Yeah, right. Why do you have to wait in line to go to work?
Right up there, Chris Helseth said kind of the same thing. He said, military guy, I wait in line for everything. Ramasmo said, hurry up and wait. Let's see. Rick Jansen, you know, he's the old manager over at the Zorbas in DL.
Yeah.
He said a Howard Stern autograph at a book signing in Pasadena, California in the early 90s. He said it was well worth the wait. Met a lot of crazy Howard Stern fans, and he still has the autographed book.
Hey. So it was a good comment.
Yeah, we're looking for lousy comments, Rick.
Dumb stuff.
Yeah.
It may be dumb, but he enjoyed it at least.
2 different people said Tickle Me Elmos. So, yeah, you guys win. Zuzu Pets, that's up there, too.
I think our buddy Matt, who listens to us down there in Florida, is drinking again because he said a McDonald's Beanie Baby?
They're out there.
What are you doing waiting in line for a McDonald's Beanie Baby?
Come on, Rick. Jeez.
Brad said it best. A bathroom at every damn concert.
That's what Marnie said, the bathroom. Yep. Becky Sanchez says, I got nothing on these, man. People wait for me. I don't wait for people. You didn't say that last part. I just added that.
All right, let us know. What's the dumbest thing you've waited in line for? Leave it on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com.
This is the Fox Morning Show.
Now, here's what's trending on 107.9 The Fox.
Well, this was on social media everywhere over the weekend. But imagine being on a flight and all of a sudden part of the plane just blows out on you. Woo!
Yeah, you see it in the movies.
Right?
And that's terrifying enough. I can't imagine that actually happened. And that happened, what, this weekend?
Happened over the weekend on an Alaska Airlines flight.
What, a 737?
It was about as wide as a refrigerator and about as high as 2/3 of a refrigerator in height. There was a really loud bang towards the left rear of the plane and a whooshing noise, and all the air masks dropped. Just got to sit there. It's not anything I have any control over, and it's just wait and see what happens.
Wow. But after that, of course, the FAA ordered airlines to ground more than 170 Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircrafts after this panel on the side of the plane just blew off in the middle of its flight.
A refrigerator-sized hole. I'm looking at the picture right now, and it is right where a window would be, and there must have been a door. There's a row of seats. That was literally right next to somebody's row of seats.
How freaking
Can you
scary.
imagine that? Well, you wanted the window seat. Oh, my God. You can see everything. Can I smoke? Yeah. At this point, I would think, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
I wonder what altitude they were at.
Yeah, I have.
You know what I mean? Because in the movies, you're screwed.
Exactly. Everybody gets sucked out of that hole. Yeah, everyone on the flight survived the emergency landing, thankfully. But the feds are asking for people's help to find the panel that blew off the plane. So if you see something that might say or look like Alaska Airlines,
they want to find out what went wrong on that thing, because apparently it's a plug. They call it a plug.
Okay.
And it's a door that they don't use, so that's an option that they'll plug it for you. So basically making it a permanent part of the plane, not a portal. And obviously that failed, and I'm sure that's why they want to find out what the heck happened, you know.
They didn't plug it hard enough.
No, you need a bigger plug.
Seems sensible.
I'm not a fan of plugs, so I don't speak from experience.
I'm with you. I'm plug free too.
Sorry.
It is National Bubble Bath Day.
National Bubble Bath Day.
Bubble bath!
I want a hot bubble bath.
Join me in a nice hot bubble bath.
Ain't no bubble bath like a baby bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
Bubble bath was a little too bubbly for some.
Would he enjoy a bubble bath?
It's showtime!
Hey, Bubbles!
Hey.
Give me had to fight in the tub.
That's right.
Eddie Murphy
That's
bit.
right. That's right. You know, last hour when you were talking about Mr. Bubbles, you know that Harold Schaefer's product.
Yes,
Ed's dad.
Ed's dad. Ed's old man. Yeah. That's how he can afford those fancy boots.
That's right. So that's I guess, what would you call a product made right here in the state of North Dakota?
Yeah, born in North Dakota. Mr. Bubble. Clean.
That's right. That's right. Well, here it is, a Monday. Weird. We haven't done a Monday in a long time.
Yeah, I said it last hour. I'll say it again. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not warming up to it quite yet.
Get to Tuesday.
Speaking of warming up, well, today not so bad. That Fox forecast says 20s. Single digits again later tonight, and then just teens for the high tomorrow, and then by Wednesday, snow is likely. It's winter. What do you expect? Yeah.
They got socked up in Minot this weekend, I think, up in the northwest part.
Yeah, we didn't get much from that snowstorm that
Quite
came
thankful
through.
for that.
Right,
It was Friday into Saturday.
Right, for sure. And they kind of said that we probably wouldn't get much, and we didn't. Hey, the meteorologists were right.
One of them was right. The other one said we were going to get 4 inches.
That's true.
You know which one we're talking about.
All right, that full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. Hey, we're sitting at 9 at 7:06.
Welcome to it. So here we are, 8th day of January 2024, into our second week of the new year. Well, here's what's shaking on a Monday in our corner of the globe. Fargo Public Schools, the officials there are inviting members of the community to a series of meetings this week about the future of their school buildings. The district will hold 3 meetings meetings this week about a community survey that was done back in November. Officials with the district will also present their current draft of the long-range facility plans. Community members now and then get your chance to sound off on the draft. And it'll be tomorrow at Davies, Wednesday at South High, Thursday at North High. All meetings will run from 6 to 8. Sad to report, a house fire in Ottertail County Saturday evening claimed the lives of 2 pet dogs in rural Star Lake Township. The West Fargo Fire Department posted on social media that if you need some in-home COVID-19 tests, you're in luck. They have a ton of them at-home antigen tests free of charge at their headquarters over there, 1201 10th Avenue East in West Fargo. You can pick up a test. You can also call or text 701-515-5600, and they'll save one for you.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The old man, an old man, not the old man. I don't know about the old man. No news on him. But an old man in New York smacked a Taco Bell employee because he was mad that he ruined his microwave reheating a taco that had an aluminum wrapper. There's no word on who the man is or if he's facing charges. So he could have been the man in New York, the old man.
I thought the old man is snoring.
Yeah. Well, the microwave woke him up. That's probably what pissed him off.
There's that.
As well as some nut job in Alabama stripped naked and jumped into the giant aquarium at Bass Pro Shop.
I saw
this. See this over? What's a Florida man doing in Alabama? Right. Get me a Slim Jim on a lure. I'll catch him for you.
And it's quite awkward because you see everything. And the one thing I think that...
The water was cold, by the way.
Yes, I was going to say that. That's the best way to put it.
Aquaman looks so different in person, Mom. And finally, an NCIS prequel series is in the works. It'll take place several decades ago when viewers were only in their 60s. So that'll be cool. There's your news for right now.
All right. Hey, that first chance to win tickets to the Tom Petty Experience coming up later this hour at 7:35. Here shortly, our weekend roundup. Yeehaw! You can tell us what you did this past weekend on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. We've got some NFL news for you next in sports.
It's a pass. It's a deep ball. It's Jefferson for the touchdown.
Yeah, there's one of the few highlights we had from yesterday's game. As usual, Jefferson did his part for the Vikings.
Oh, boy.
Man, 12 catches for a season high, 192 yards and a score. Are you kidding me? He ends up with over 1,000 yards receiving, and he missed half the season. Just think. I know. What if?
What Mullins throw for 300 and something?
Yeah, almost 400 again.
Almost 400 yards.
Yeah, unfortunately, a couple of picks late there in the game, and our Vikings lost to the Lions again for the second time in 3 weeks. 30-20 the final, so the Vikes, yes, were eliminated from playoff contention. We kind of knew this was going to be, well, not so good without Kirk Cousins, and that's what it ended up being. A lot of turnovers. And so that will be the biggest talker during this offseason for our Vikings. Is Cousins coming back? Will they sign him? Will he give us a friendly deal?
Well, he and his kid had his shirt off, so that's cool.
It seems like both sides want to make it work, so that's good.
It does seem like that way.
Yeah, I'd like them to bring back Danielle Hunter, too.
Danielle wants to come back, too. He says he doesn't know another home other than Minnesota. He wants to stay right here.
And with 16
Kirby
and a half
Puckett, man.
sacks. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So the pick that the Vikings will have in the upcoming draft come April will be the 11th pick. And so that will be part of the offseason talks as well. What do you do with that? Do you bring in some more pieces to help the players that we have in place, or do you start building for the future, right? Meanwhile, the wild card matchups are set. In the NFC, the Packers beat the Bears yesterday to grab that final spot. They'll travel to Dallas to take on their former head coach, Mike McCarthy. That's an interesting storyline. How about this one? Matthew Stafford returns to Detroit to face the Lions. Carson Wentz gave it his all yesterday, and the Rams won to grab the 6th seed. Now he gives the ball back to Matthew Stafford there. And then...
it was cool to see him run one in, too. Powered it.
And then on Monday, Cody Mauk and the Bucks will be hosting the slumping Eagles, man. They've lost 5 of their last 6.
Good. We're dragging them down into hell with us.
The 49ers with the bye. On the AFC side, the Steelers will play the Bills, who won last night, defeated the Dolphins. So a bit of a storyline there. Tyreek Hill going back to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And then the Browns take on the Texans with the Ravens and the bye. So that's your, again, AFC and NFC wildcard matchups this upcoming weekend. Meanwhile, South Dakota State beats Montana to repeat as the FCS champs, 23-3, your final there. The final college football game of the season tonight should be a dandy. Top-ranked Wolverines taking on the second-ranked Huskies. I like both these quarterbacks in this game. One of those could be ours come April if the Vikings actually decide to pull the trigger and draft a quarterback.
Right.
Yeah.
What do we got, 11th pick as of right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, that's your Fox Sports, brought to you by Western State Bank. Western State Bank is your hometown bank in Fargo and West Fargo. That Fox forecast again today with a high in the 20s, single digits tonight, teens tomorrow, and snow likely come Wednesday. I know. What is this, winter or something? It's 9 above at 7:15.
Kick up your spurs. We're going to do a weekend roundup. Come up right around the corner, y'all. Stick around. Don't go nowhere.
Now here's the Fox Morning Show
with a weekend roundup. Giddy up, y'all. Kriya!
On 107.9, The Fox.
Yeah, Davey.
Weekend roundup.
All right, what was your highlight from the weekend?
Yeah, we put away the Christmas stuff.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was sad to see. We turned the Christmas tree.
Okay.
We have one of those, the fake ones that are pre-lit and everything. So all the sections light up, and then when you add the next section, that lights up. So we took the top half, we're putting it upstairs. It became the Christmas bush because it was still lit up.
I love it.
That was nice. That was festive. We kind of stretched that out a little bit. And that was about it. That was the highlight. It was a quiet weekend over at the Jacobs clan.
Hey, didn't your granddaughter play in a soccer tournament too?
Yeah, love technology nowadays.
Right?
They have a big championship, a big tournament down in Aberdeen, and we've got another one coming up here in Sioux Falls that we're going to try to hit at the end of the month. But
yeah, it's nice when there's a parent that puts it on Facebook Live.
And that's exactly how they did it. And it's great. We pulled the tablet out and we're sitting there. Yep. We're able to watch the Vikings game at the same time as watching, so at least somebody was winning. So that was cool because the girls ended up taking second place. They played their championship game at 1. So that was cool. That was
awesome.
Neck and neck the whole time. No, they did great. So that was fun. Yeah, I love it.
I'd have to say our highlight was going over there to the Fargo Dome and
Stop Picks.
Doing our 2-hour shift for Feed My Starving Children. It was my wife Wendy along with my 2 boys, and we've been doing this for a long time. It started actually with our church way back in 10 years ago, and so we know so many people involved with that, and it's just fun to be a part of it. And again, it just makes you feel good. You're doing something that's helping out children across this planet of ours that's not eating. It's hard to believe that there's that many hungry kids.
Talk about food security and that sort of thing. It's even worse in some places. I mean, they don't have any food, let alone scraps to pick from. Yeah, it's pretty bad in some spots. And,
absolutely.
And it helps out kids here in the U.S. too.
Absolutely. Yeah, all over.
It's all around the world.
All over.
But it's amazing, dude. That's 1 million meals a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been seeing lots of friends of mine on Facebook, so I sure hope. I know we're going to do a shift. We should do a shift together this week.
We should.
Margin, Nikki, and I are. We're going to do one with the family, and if you can't make them, me and you should do one.
It's a lot of fun.
Get some Fox listeners together if you guys wanted to. Yeah.
And they crank the music, and a lot of it is classic rock, so you're just jamming out.
It's 2 hours, man.
Yeah,
and it burns by.
Like
burns by.
It does. So, yeah, we encourage you to, again, just go to fargopack.org for that. But we asked on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com what was the highlight of your weekend, and we got a lot of great comments. We'll come back with those.
You're listening to the Fox Morning Show.
Coming up next, Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. And now it's time for Dave's Deep Thought with your radio pal, Dave Jacobs.
On 107.9 The Fox.
Getting over body issues is like getting over a fear of heights. The trick is to not look down.
Dave's Deep Thought.
107.9 The Fox. Now here's the Fox Morning Show
with a weekend roundup. Giddy up, y'all. Kriya!
on 107.9 The Fox.
All right, on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com. What was the highlight of your weekend? We got a lot of great comments. Patty kept it simple. Sleep and music.
Nice.
Nice, yeah.
Nice. A little recharge for the Patster.
Teresa, kind of along the same lines. She woke up.
Yeah,
that's how it's
beautiful. Yeah, I hear you. Sleep is such a commodity, especially in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm.
We're not crap going on anyway. Saturday night, I was ashamed of myself. I was asleep at 8:30 on the couch on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
16 beers I had earlier behind that might have something to do with it. But I woke up at 1 and I rallied, watched some Alfred Hitchcock.
Tina said hockey, a lot of hockey. It's that time of year. I wonder where Richard is checking in from because he said nice walk on the beach, dinner on the deck. That doesn't sound like anything that you'd be doing right now in Lakes Country.
No, unless he's got one of those virtual reality helmets. Maybe he's got one of those.
Right. Yeah, there is that. Leah said taking my nieces and nephew out for breakfast at Sandy's. You know, a lot of people just think that they have donuts. No,
they do sandwiches, soups.
Yeah,
they do food.
Full-on breakfast menu there.
And you can have a donut afterwards.
Exactly. Dennis said having lunch with my son at Ruby Tuesdays. I always forget about that place.
Dude, that's where we had Paisley's 10th birthday. She picked it.
Nice.
And I was like, I said the same thing. I'm like, why don't we go here more often?
Mm-hmm.
The salad bar kicks ass.
That's just
it's huge, and it's always nice and clean and kept up. And
Mark said mine just started with the Cowboys winning.
Whatever, Wagamon.
And I'm really sad that you're a Cowboys fan, Mark.
Posted a picture of some prostitute out on the field. Kev, he worked all weekend removing snow and ice on Saturday.
I bet. Bummer. Ron said watching the Force win Friday and Saturday night, scoring 14 goals and only giving up 2. They're playing some great hockey, man.
Yeah. You know, don't be getting rid of the ice there, Kev. Leave that alone. You bet. Walking up one step with a new knee, Kenny said over the weekend. That's cool.
Nice. Carla said her Steelers making the playoffs. Yeah, I wish my team would have made the playoffs.
I can't believe the Steelers made the playoffs. You're proud of that, Carla?
Oh, well, Bryce, the Buffalo Bills winning the AFC East title for the 4th straight year. Yeah, all these people and their teams that are winning.
Yeah, how's that feel? I don't even know. Yeah.
Right?
Can I come over to your house?
Hey, Jan also volunteered at Feed My Starving Children. Way to go, Jan.
Nice. Louise has opened a lovely bottle of Italian wine, her favorite by Canonico. It's that screw top wine, isn't it? That's real good.
Brandon said, go Pack Go. Bruce said that the Packers won and the Vikings lost.
Gross. Let you two kiss.
And hey, good to hear James got out of prison.
Yeah, then John English tags out of James Craig getting out of prison. He goes, no way, same here. All right, you guys rocking.
Get the band back together.
Hey.
Lots of highlights for lots of people. Leave your highlight from the weekend on our fan page on Facebook at 1079thefox.com.
Today is National Bubble Bath Day.
National Bubble Bath Day.
A bubble bath!
I want a hot bubble bath.
Join me in a nice hot bubble bath.
Ain't no bubble bath like a baby bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
The bubble bath was a little too bubbly for some.
Would he enjoy a bubble bath?
It's showtime!
All right.
I can't remember the last time I had a bubble bath.
Me neither. I was probably a baby myself.
Well, now my kids did. I told you about this party. They have those bubble parties.
What?
You know, they did it in the backyard. The DJ's out there, and there's this mountain of bubbles that you walk through, and you gotta definitely you're gonna want to wear your bathing suit because you get soaking wet.
All right.
But it's a hoot.
So you did that? You participated in that?
Oh yeah.
Well, that's pretty close to a bubble bath.
It's as close to a bubble. Yeah, I never felt more clean. It was awesome.
Well, here it is. We're doing it on Monday. I know. But that Fox forecast, probably one of the better days of the week, actually, with a high in the 20s. Tonight, single digits. Tomorrow, just the teens. And then come Wednesday, snow likely. That full Fox forecast anytime at 1079thefox.com. We're sitting at 10 above at 8:02.
Welcome to it. 8th day of January in our new year. Here's what's shaking on our second week of the new year. Fargo Public School officials are inviting members of the community to a series of meetings this week about the future of the school buildings. The district's going to host 3 meetings about a community survey that they did back in November. So officials with the district will also present their current draft of the long-range facility plan. So that's when community members have the opportunity to provide some feedback on the draft. The Tuesday, January 9th meeting will be at Davies. Wednesday, January 10th will be at South. And Thursday, January 11th will be at North. All meetings will run from 6 to 8 p.m. Sad to report a house fire in Otter Tail County on Saturday claimed the lives of 2 pet dogs in rural Star Lake Township. The West Fargo Fire Department posted on social media that if you need a at-home COVID-19 test, you're in luck. They got a lot of them, and the at-home antigen tests are free. And you can find them at their headquarters over there on 10th Avenue East in West Fargo. Poll found the most inappropriate emojis to use at work are the beer mug, eggplant, kiss mark, middle finger, and peach.
So don't use those.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, don't.
Okay.
Don't. Just put that on the not safe for work list. The bathroom brand Kohler is pushing a new $2,000 bidet toilet seat at the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas this week that connects to smart home devices.
Yeah.
And so you can tell Alexa, wash my butt.
We might have to try that out.
I know, right? That'd be, what a hoot.
Yeah.
Marge's like, who are you talking to in there?
Right.
Alexa. An Alabama man dove into a pool outside a Bass Pro Shop, then went inside, stripped naked, and then jumped in the aquarium. Accidentally knocked himself unconscious trying to get out.
What the?
Yeah. He's currently leading both Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis in the polls.
You know, there's just some that can't handle their alcohol.
I guess not. What's a Florida man doing in Alabama? And finally, a University of Colorado study says that cannabis makes workouts more enjoyable. University of Columbia said same thing about cocaine just last week. So I don't know, man. That's your news for right now.
Now let's go buy a boat.
Yeah. There you go. We should buy a boat.
All right. Coming up here shortly, the voice of the Bison, Sam Niederman, and his 3 quick picks in the NFL, plus that bonus pick on the FCS championship game.
Got a lot of explaining to do.
Mm-hmm. But coming up next, we'll tell you what you can watch for tonight in sports.
It's a pass. It's a deep ball. It's Jefferson for the touchdown.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, Jefferson did his part for the Vikings yesterday. 12 catches for a season high, 192 yards and a score. He went over the 1,000 yards receiving category for the 4th straight year. I believe only Randy Moss and Chris Carter have done that in Viking history. How about that? So he's right up there with the greats.
Invoking those names.
Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
No.
Because our Vikings lost to the Lions 30-20.
I feel like we had a chance at one shot.
Yeah.
And then I thought to myself, oh, great. We got to toddle into the playoffs to what? Lose?
Yeah, down the stretch, Nick Mullins threw a couple picks.
Yeah.
And did us in. That's kind of been the story all season ever since Kirk went out. So that's it for us. So, yeah, what are they going to do with Kirk Cousins? Are they going to re-sign him? It sounds like both sides want to be, a part of this. They want Kirk wants to come back, and sounds like higher ups
return
want to
to the store, get our money back. I don't know if it's too late for that. Still got the receipt.
Well, good. Always hold on to that receipt and the wrapping that it came in, if possible.
Mm-hmm. I know he took his shirt off.
It'd be nice if they brought back Danielle Hunter too. He had a great season with 16.5 sacks. Are you kidding me? That was one of the best.
And he really wants to come back.
Yeah,
he loves being a Viking.
Yep.
We love having you, buddy. You're the only one working.
So, in the upcoming NFL draft in April, the Vikings will be picking 11th. Will they stay with that pick? Will they trade down as they've done many times in the past? Will they start to pick for the future, maybe a quarterback, or will they start picking some pieces that'll build around what we've got so far? Lots of questions, no answers yet. We do have this for an answer. We know who's playing in the postseason, so your super wild card weekend will look like this on the NFC side. The Packers actually beat the Bears and snuck in and grabbed the last spot in the playoffs. They'll be traveling to Dallas to take on their former head coach, Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys.
That'll be interesting.
Meanwhile, yesterday, Carson Wentz had a nice game for the Rams to give them the win. They grabbed the 6th seed, so now he'll hand the ball back off to Matthew Stafford, who will go home, kind of, to Detroit to take on the Lions. How about that?
That's weird, too.
That is very weird.
I'm glad we're out.
How about Cody Mauch? His first year in the NFL, and his team's going to the playoffs. The Buccaneers will be hosting the slumping Eagles, who've lost 5 of their last 6.
You know what you need to do, Cody?
That's right. Take care of business.
Yeah.
The bye goes to the 49ers on the NFC side. In the AFC, the Steelers, yeah, they surprised everyone by beating the Ravens way back there on Saturday. They'll take on the Bills, who defeated the Dolphins last night. That's an interesting storyline, as the Dolphins will go to the Chiefs, so Tyreek Hill returns home. And then you got the Browns at the Texans with the Ravens and the bye. That's your Super Wild Card Weekend matchups. Meanwhile, South Dakota State beat Montana to repeat as FCS champs, 23-3, your final yesterday. The last college football game of the season tonight should be a dandy. Top-ranked Wolverines taking on the second-ranked Huskies. And also the Wild on TV tonight, too. That's your Fox Sports. That Fox forecast with a high in the 20s today, single digits tonight, teens tomorrow, and snow likely on Wednesday. Currently, we have 10 at 8:10.
Coming up, voice of the Bison, Sam Niederman. It is 3 quick picks in the NFL. We'll talk about that.
Now, here's the Fox Morning Show
with Sam's 3 quick picks.
On 107.9, the Fox.
Sam Niederman, voice of the Bison. Well, sorry we had to wake you up on a Monday.
No, we're all good. We're moving and shaking, fellas. I'm excited for a good week.
Well, good. Well, the extra bonus pick saved you this week to at least draw even. To recap your 3 quick picks in the NFL, you were a homer, you took your Colts, and you're paying for it.
Oh, my goodness. That was the first time this year I've been able to watch a Colts game pretty much front to back, right? Because, they're not in our TV market out here. And it was heartbreaking to see that game. You're winning, you're in, and you have a play on 4th and 1, basically, with the season on the line. And, I mean, there's just so much bad that happened on that execution-wise. I mean, first, you got to catch it, right? You feel for Goodson. You got to catch that ball. That's non-negotiable. And then you got to make a better throw if you're Gardner Minshew. I think the one thing people aren't talking about as much, a lot of people are pointing to the drop, rightfully so, but that ball is behind him. That's a simple throw. You have to make that throw on 4th and 1.
And that kid, that Goodson, he took it hard. He was pretty emotional. He was beating himself up after that game and not catching that ball. That would have gave the Colts the win. It would have gave you the win. It would have gave us money. But unfortunately, the Texans topped the Colts. So you miss out on your lock pick. In the upset pick, the Browns did not come to play. The Bengals beat them up bad. So you lost your upset pick. In the bonus pick last night, thankfully, you got the Bills, who won by 7. They needed to cover the 3. They did. They defeated the Dolphins. They move on. They win the division. And in the extra bonus pick, thankfully, that's where you were able to draw even for the weekend to go 2-2. You taking the Jacks and the 12 over the Grizz, and you were correct. The Grizz had a hard time moving that ball.
Yeah.
Exactly like we predicted, right, fellas? I mean, that was just a tough. Hang on a second. Sorry, I'm driving here. Fargo drivers this morning, guys. I had a little erratic.
Yeah, there's a lot of sucky drivers out there. They ain't got to cherry pick that.
Should I chase them down? Oh, man.
No, dude, the Grizz had so many opportunities on that front half of that game, though.
Yeah, on the front half, they sure did.
They did. It was there for a taking, guys. Yeah. I mean, they 2 turnovers. They got an interception. They fumbled or recovered a fumble punt. like, it was there for the taking. They just didn't seize them. And I think that the play of the game was when they got stopped on the goal line on 4th and goal at the 1. Great play by the SDSU linebacker, Adam Bach. That's a great play for him that he'll remember forever, and you'll have that moment. But if you're Montana, yeah, you got to punch that thing in. They failed to do so, and even still, you're only down 7-3 at the half. You get the ball to start the second half, and they fumble on their opening series when they're moving the ball to start the third quarter. And right when that happened, I was like, this isn't going to happen for them. I mean, you get 1 strike, you get 2 strikes, you get 3, and too many second chances. They weren't getting it done. And, credit to the Jacks, right? That's kind of what we thought would happen. Thought they would win handily. That's exactly what they did. And they solidify one of the greatest seasons in FCS history. So it's bittersweet, but congratulations to TSU.
Hats off. Yeah, job well done. Absolutely, yeah. You want to get beat by the best, so whatever, man. Grizzly can eat it.
So, Sam, you go 2-2 on the weekend. So at least we didn't lose any. We didn't lose any money, but we didn't make any money. We're going to do better going forward. Overall, 28-20, still above 500. 8 games above 500 is something to be proud of.
8 up is pretty good. And you know what, fellas? We've got the best time of year right here, the NFL playoffs. I'm really excited. I think we're going to have a great bracket. These playoffs are always to die for. So I'm looking forward to it, and, hopefully we can finish up strong here.
Sounds good. Sam, careful out there.
Yeah, watch it, man.
Those Fargo drivers.
Sam Dieterman, voice of the Bison, 1616. We'll see you in the hallways, buddy.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.